Yo. Alright, man, come on, man. Let's go.
Alright. Goddamn phone. Hey! How's it going, America? That's not what we're doing. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? Alright.
Airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a bitch right now, bitch right now, bitch right now. If the world was ending, would you cry or would you come and get me? I want you to be clear. Wait for you, for you. I will wait for you.
What?
I will wait for you. I will wait for you, for you. I will wait for you.
I appreciate it.
Later in the morning. We ain't talking to you. Action.
Every time I roll up, you be with the shits. Why I can't just chill without the other shit? You be all up in my phone when I put it down. I was about to get a 7, now I need an ounce. When I leave, you call my phone. When you coming back, wanna know my location like a Uber app. Wanna get high with my niggas while we talk paper. Roll it in the guava leaf for the raw paper. Eyes low, bloodshot
red. What it is, what it do? Welcome back to another episode of Joint Conversation. It's your boy D.
Oh, hey, boy, AD and Marty. Hey, oh, hey.
And we here. Oh, I missed that one. And we here. So, you want me to work that now? No. But y'all already know what it is. We living, we vibing.
I already got it.
Alright.
Number done.
We need that real fast. Let's chill.
There we go.
Give thanks for being here.
You gotta smoke this shit too, you trying to ruin it.
He does great things. Great things. In so many different ways. And yo, gets another favor.
Yes, sir.
For all those who have not blessed us, will testify to the comments.
So God said, wipe away. Get ready for revolution. Don't mind that, y'all.
But yeah, man, we here.
We here. Thankful to be here.
Voices and nothing like that.
Thankful that y'all here. You feel me? Make sure that y'all I'm glad that y'all safe. Y'all made it through the weekend. Making it through the week. Made it through half of the year. You feel me? Because, you know, everybody ain't promised.
To all those not here with us, sleep in peace.
To all those that's battling and still be with us. You feel me? Keep the script up.
You did. So,
That being said, just want to say, I don't want to say condolences because he ain't dead or nothing, but you feel me? What was our prayers, the little TJ? Bro, what's big, bro? So that's what, about 2 months now we've been doing this, huh? That should make about 2 months, right? It's been what, since like April? I mean, some shit I'm talking about consistently. I ain't talking about. I'm talking about. Of course, I'm talking about consistently, nigga. I'm talking about like, as far as episodes go, as far as like every time we came in and bed with an episode, we saying either RIP or maybe something. You feel me? I just think people this shit just off balance, bro. Like we got the little TJ situation, we got the LA drill situation that happened in New York, we got the recently, and then we got more shit going down in Atlanta with Ludacris' manager. You feel me? He said he one of the coolest niggas walking in Atlanta. He gets shot the other night, along with somebody. I think somebody else either lost their life or something. But this been going down. He got babysitters. He got. I've been saying like I'm so confused as far as headlines go. I don't know what story go with what. I'm not seeing babysitters getting sued for children dying in they care. I'm seeing mothers getting sued for killing their kids. I'm seeing people. I don't know what the fuck going on, bro. Like, it's not this. Like, we numb to it because it happens, but in this type of streak, something ain't right. It's a chemical imbalance going on somewhere. We might be in the air, might be in the water, could be in the food that they. I don't know. I don't know. I just want to send all my prayers and my, you feel me, good positive vibes to whoever out there listening, watching. If you ain't listening, if you ain't watching, you ain't got to be a fan of us for me to want you to be safe. So be safe, be careful, stay dangerous. All at the same time. I know it sounds like a lot, but sometimes it takes a lot to survive. And that's what we trying to do out here. Besides that, how you been, my brother?
Hustling and surviving. Good times. Nah, man,
Is that, sir?
I've been chilling, man. I've been chilling, dog.
Not bad, but water.
You know how it goes.
Scratching and surviving.
Be at the crib.
Good time.
Be moving around for work. Up and down the coast.
Oh yeah, you did have to take a little quick.
Yeah, real fast.
Something real quick.
The rest doesn't bounce back. What
He's a runner, he's a track star.
Listen, man.
What's happening?
I got a question.
Oh shit.
Right. We gonna bring it back before we bring it forward. Right. You as a male friend to your homegirl, right?
Me as a male friend?
Yes, you as a male friend to your homegirl, to your female friend, right?
Okay.
She gets in a relationship and instantly attempts to like cut all ties with you.
Okay. Alright. Sounds relatable. Been here.
Right. What is your viewpoint, your perspective, your take
on that? On making up shit. Let me see, because I've had this happen to me many a times, in many different stages in my life, when I had many different mindsets. So let me take you through it. High school. Okay, wait, before we go there, let me make sure I get some clarification. Are we talking about legit best friends, like no side shit? Or we talk about the best friend? We talk about like, in high school though, like, you know, the best friend. What you know when a chick now, even today. No, I know, but I'm going even today though. But even today, even back then, are we talking about legit best friend? Like ain't no side business going on? Or we talking about best friend as in like y'all dabbled and dabbled a couple times? Because that changes the mindset sometimes depending on who the person you're talking to. Because even if you grease it on the side, no matter what agreement you thought you had, when that agreement gets threatened, things tend to change. So, okay, I'm going to just keep it like this. In high school or, yeah, let's just say in high school. Fuck it. It's the past. Statute of limitations is over. Okay, in high school, used to be had those best friends where y'all, you know, remember the trend used to be in where the girls like, oh, that's my brother, that's my best friend, when you know, low-key, nigga blowing that back out on early release or whatever the case may be. Now, when you have those situations and she like, oh, I got a boyfriend now and, you know, he don't want me to talk. As a young nigga, I'm like, I'm hot, but I'm hot because I'm selfish. It's like, yo, why this nigga don't know what we got going on? Why the fuck he so hot? But I know it, but you know deep down in your mind, you like, damn, you just hot because he hating on your situation. So, but okay, now that was my high school shit. So I say high school, I was a little bothered, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna say I didn't really care because, of course, she didn't value that fucking rule. So that is what it is. Now, out of high school, she get a little different. And I'm gonna say, honestly, the one that I'm thinking about right now, yeah, I kind of took that shit a little. I ain't gonna lie. I lose some points on my player card when they come to that. I was kind of hot. I ain't fuck up nothing. I ain't dirty Mac. I ain't hate on a nigga or nothing. But I did feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie. Definitely did. Now though, it haven't happened to me now. It haven't happened in a while. But now you can't do shit but respect it as a grown ass man, and how you would see certain shit. Yeah, you can't do shit but respect that shit. I ain't gonna lie. Certain niggas be like, well, I don't care who my girl talk to. Nigga, that's you. You just keep waiting. Keep waiting. That's all I'm gonna say. Nigga, I don't care who she talk to, but I care who she talk to. I ain't trying to dictate or control or monitor who she talk to, but I am at the same time. If that make any sense. Like, but as of now, though, yeah, I can respect that. But it still depends. Because that's my real legit bestie, legit friend, or whatever the case may be, and I know I ain't did nothing, I ain't looking at her no type of way, I'm going to feel away like, damn, bro, you ain't got to be that, but I'm going to still understand. That's all that really matters these days. A little bit of understanding go very, very far.
Okay. Make some valid points.
Very, very far. But yeah, I ain't going to lie. I be like, bitch, fuck you mean. So it all depends on if you hitting her or not. If you ain't hitting her, you shouldn't care. You should be able to respect that shit. But if you hitting her and you feel like he taking a card out your rotation, hey, you might be able to take that to court. I don't know. You might be able to take that to court. You feel me?
So take it to court.
Take it to players' court. Hey. Your Honor, this nigga is hating. He's interfering with my side business. That's his girl, but that's my side piece. Every third weekend of the month, and he's interrupting. My time's been like this for the last 3 years. He come in here and change the shit up. I would like my shit to be black and white. I need my custody. I need my visiting hours. Your Honor. I'm just saying, man. Don't interrupt. You never know, but we can work together. This could be a team thing, bro. What if you feel like greeting her that night? What if you want to go somewhere and slide out that night? You might need me to, you feel me, take her off your hand. Free up your schedule, B. I'm just trying to, we gotta look out. We gotta be here. We gotta stick together in these hard times, bro. I'm shut up. Nigga hit me with smart water because I'm being dumbass. It was an empty bottle, so I'm still on my bullshit.
Boy, I'll sprinkle the rest of this shit and make it holy. What you talking about?
It's fucking good.
No, man, listen. Oh, man.
What's happening though? Why you ask?
Because I heard an opinion where a nigga pretty decent point in which I don't disagree with. You feel me? Like,
okay.
So he says, you feel me? Life is about prioritizing, period.
Okay.
So, respectfully, if you do meet somebody, you feel me? We all rooting for you. But until that person proves that the cutoff is worth it, you feel me? Stand your ground. And prioritize. I don't know in what aspect he's necessarily speaking, just, because you pointed out, like, if I'm out here.
Don't be cutting a nigga off every 3 months talking about you in another relationship and shit.
But you feel me? Like, if you're talking like that, then
like, fuck that
that's
shit.
a different aspect. You know what I'm saying? But if you're speaking from an actual place of, and I'm not gonna say that when you do that, there ain't no place to love, but I'm saying with or without it. You feel me? When you're speaking on it in the sense of, prioritizing people who actually care about you, people who don't care about you, don't cut those people off for a potential person that might care about you.
Yeah.
Like, that's a very, very, very valid point.
Yeah. That's why you say, like, yeah, make sure this shit worth it. Like, don't be cutting me off for some maybes and some potential type shit. Like,
you feel me? Like,
and then every you cut me off every 3 months, then every 2 other months you coming back talking about, oh yeah, that shit was buzzing.
Don't fuck around, maybe number 9 on your priority list, but still expect to be my number 2 type shit. Next to whoever I fuck with.
You expecting this shit jump back in and shit be regular again type shit.
Hey, it ain't, listen to the conversation.
That's still not that shit fuck up. Feng shui.
And, I agree with though.
Yeah, I can respect the mindset. I can understand it. I can respect it. But at the end of the day, at some point, it's still on. I mean, I can't tell them what to do, but
everything is gonna be
the quote unquote player shit to do, whether or not it's a bestie or not, whether it's a bestie, a side piece or whatever, is to just let her do her. And if you get tired of being the disposable one every time some shit pop up, You gotta dip out.
Right.
But
everything's an individual decision.
You feel me? So yeah, I mean, that's the best bet. You can't tell nobody whether they're in a relationship, whether they in a new relationship every 2 or 3 months. It still ain't told y'all to be like, oh, this shit brand new, don't be. You gotta go with the flow or make your own. So you can't be like, oh, this motherfucker keep cutting me off. You keep letting them. Bestie or not, side piece or not, boyfriend, girlfriend or not.
Everybody on the blog come back, oh, look who it is. Look, I'm in love. I'm in love. You know, the niggas that crack jokes and really keep the shit, like, speak with you, keep the shit hood with you, you feel me? And it's like, whatever, nigga, you know, y'all niggas ain't shit anyway. They're like, no, that nigga wasn't shit. With that being said,
shout out to the people who put their silverware in their to-go boxes at the restaurants. Fuck them. Let them buy some more. Fuck it. Let them buy some more. You laughing? Niggas laughing because they got a couple knives and forks at their crib that say Chili's.
Niggas ordering steaks, no, they don't give a fuck about that steak. Yeah, they get it.
They come to get some silverware.
Oh my god, no, that's funny.
Speaking of food and throwing away shit, I know you know. I know you heard. I know you saw it. So let's get into it, dog.
This nigga started from the middle of the video.
So for those of you who don't know, you feel me? I know y'all seen the viral video going around of the black father bringing his child some food and the mother of that child being upset because that father, who's the father of one of her children, you feel me? One of her children, he's just the father of one, she got 4. And she got mad and threw away the food that he brought for his one because he didn't bring food for her 4. Now,
for her other 3. Right?
For her other 3. Right. Other 3. I would apologize. We were playing with numbers just then. I got a little confused, lost in the sauce. But, aside from that. What? I know it struck a nerve in a lot of people. A lot of people. It's a conversation. It's going around. It's going around. Everybody got something to say. Everybody got an opinion. Some people say they would have bought food for everybody. Some people say they would have found a way to bust it down. They just would have bought some different type of food. Some people say the other kids ain't they business. You feel me? So, what say you, my brother? What's your opinion on it? Let's have a conversation. Let's chop it up. You feel me? All over a Happy Meal. Happy Meal got a lot of niggas mad. Let's talk about it.
Man.
What's your opinion on that, man? Do you agree? Do you believe that the mom had a reason, a valid reason? And aside from him not bringing food for everybody, she threw away the food that was ultimately for her son anyway. So now nobody eats. So now with that information that you just gathered, what you think?
Okay, man, dog. Listen, man.
Take your time, cause we going to church.
Listen. Everybody's cultures aren't the same. Mm-hmm. My culture, everybody eats. Mm-hmm. There is no such thing as you pull up to the crib with only enough for one person in that house. You just didn't come to the house with it. Right. That's, aunties bringing plates over. Now I'm not just bringing it for my sister. I'm bringing enough for all of y'all niggas. So that means I cooked enough so that I can bust it down if I plan on sharing. Whatever, you feel me? We're going to get food, same thing. You riding with us, you eating with us.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
So, in this situation, in this scenario, it's so many different gears that's hit before you could really say what you're gonna do. because you could think of the natural thing if certain things were set a certain way. You know what I'm saying? And lines of communication are clear. I would have spoke to you, would have told me, oh, I'm just hungry, and I would have got something for everybody. But clearly, communication ain't the best. You feel me? But I told you I'm bringing it, and now you instantly got on some, yo, I'm finna expose you. You exposed me trying to take care of my son, which didn't really make the most sense. I'm like, hey, let's go.
How are you exposing somebody taking care of their child?
Because what she mentioned is this nigga does this all the time. He only comes and brings enough food for this guy.
Respect that.
So, with that being said,
it don't seem like it with the way that shit unfolded. It definitely don't seem like the communication is where it should be, or the relationship is where it should be. If y'all was cordial, I ain't even say cordial, because cordial you could end up like that too. If y'all was on good standing, you wouldn't be trying to quote unquote expose somebody.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a mature situation. It's a mature way about doing things when your communication is, you feel me, on the up and up.
Now with that, right? Now we already at the point, so it's too late for the courtesy of calling and saying, hey, is everybody hungry?
Right.
So now we at the point of, I'm already here. I give you the adult option of, hey, send him out here. Right. Let us take off. Let me spend a few minutes with my son, let him eat, and then I'll send him back inside.
And next time we could.
That's a courtesy of not eating in front of his brothers and sisters.
That too. Maybe next time we can fix this. Maybe next time we can approach this differently. But right now, since we already I got the food, I'm already here. We can handle this like this. And next time,
you say no. Why would you do that? What about my other kids?
I'm not bringing my other kids. Yeah. That ain't my business.
That's not even my business. That's not my responsibility. Business. I'm not even gonna mutt you and say, man, that shit ain't none of my business. That's not my responsibility. Had you asked me for the assistance for them, maybe I would have helped you. But that was not the case. This nigga said that he hungry, and I said, alright, I'm finna bring him some grub.
My whole thing is, go ahead.
Here's the other thing, because the way that my old boy brought me up, even if it was just me and you, my old boy know that he had already bought me some Burger King. We get to my crib, if I dare sit down and get ready to bust my shit open, my old boy finna bust my shit open. Why? Because my old boy gonna look me dead in my face, pull me in the kitchen and ask me, how dare you eat in front of your friend without offering him some? Get yourself a knife, cut that shit in half, and give him some. So when that brother would have got that bag from his dad, his old boy would have told him the same shit my daddy told me. When you get inside, make sure you bust this shit down.
That's 3 other miles. That's 3 other bust downs.
I hear you. But when you get inside, if he the oldest,
FCK.
Let's say he the oldest. Hey man, look, you teach them niggas right, man. You feel me? Because you an example of me. I don't know about their people, but you an example of me. So when you get in there, bust this shit down.
He like a middle child.
You know what I'm saying? Bust this shit down with your brothers and sisters. Let these two get the fries, you and this one share the burgers, and then what up? You feel me? However this shit gonna go.
I'd have told my jet, hey, let your brothers and sisters get the bag fries, man.
However it's gonna go, bust something down.
It's only gonna be like a couple of shit.
Whether it's gonna be that or not, bro.
I feel like that ain't a nigga responsibility, bro.
It is not.
I ain't gonna lie. But like, at the end of the day, you feel me? Ain't his responsibility, and we don't know how it would have played out if she simply would have just been like, hey, yo, if you I got all my kids over here, you feel me? It ain't gonna be right if you only bring such and such this. So can you bring all of them this? And it's like, oh no, I ain't got that. Well then can you go get something different? Or can you bring something different to where can you bring me something to where I can make enough food for all of them type of shit? You could tell the energy already on some fucked up shit because he was already around the corner. You recall before he even pulled up. So you know that he already got food for one child. So you let him come to create this whole situation of going viral to expose somebody for quote unquote for really doing the right thing. I don't give. At the end of the day, you can feel like it's wrong. You can have your opinion about the shit, but ultimately, dog trying to take care of his.
You feel me?
So it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's ways to approach that shit. You can just tell that it ain't. As far as they communication go, it ain't where it should be. You weren't about exposing. Come out for the exposing nigga. You was talking what? Then at 30 30 seconds to a minute before he even pull up. And you talking, I bet he only got this, I bet because you know he do this shit. So have you ever had this conversation with him before? Or you just wait till you was just simply tired of this shit, how most people do. Wait till they tired of this shit to where they got an attitude because they got to speak from anger instead of speak from having common sense type shit. So,
man, even behind all that, cause you know I like to break shit down about faith, man. It's the fact that Daw's sitting here and pleading with you to make sure that his kid eats, and you turn around and you pull the whole Batman Joker move and say, alright, I'll take it. As soon as you get it, you toss that shit on the floor.
So now nobody
gets to eat. That is child neglect. I hate to say it.
On camera.
Your kid had the opportunity, if not all of them had the opportunity to put something in their stomach.
Something.
And you toss that shit on the floor because you was being petty due to your emotions.
Facts.
Come on, Shree. What we doing, man?
Facts.
What we doing? I'm over here doing my part. If them other niggas ain't doing it, I apologize.
Facts.
But unfortunately, until you actually ask me to step up to that point, and if I'm capable, then maybe I will help you.
If she act
you
like
behave.
If you guys crazy, you guys do. I mean, because I don't know, you're gonna have somebody who's gonna have a problem with how my daughter just said that. But when you act like how she act, you gotta be told to behave. It's like it's clear. Like if she acting like that to somebody who's trying to do something for her, even though she might feel like it's the bare minimum, he trying to do something for her. He could just be like the rest of the niggas and not even show it up.
If that's the situation.
So if you acting like if that's the situation, so if you acting like this, I can see why you might not have people on your side where you feel me.
Like it's the kids, you feel me? Like whether it's the mom or the dad, either one of them could have instilled once that food got in the crib. This is how you share with your brothers and sisters.
Simple. It
could have been plenty of situations where what niggas had to bust down people with a jelly sandwich.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, Chinese food,
bag of chips.
Shit, nigga, brothers and sisters, brothers and sisters. This is a chance you had to bust down clothes.
You feel me? You had to bust down everything.
You had to bust down everything, but it's the like.
Nigga get a cookie, nigga like, yo, there's only one big ass cookie. What we gonna do?
Respectfully, it ain't his job to take care of all of them, but the food that he did provide, it was your job to make sure that shit would have did what it did.
Exactly.
I don't understand how you talking off an what do you think expose this nigga for doing? Taking care of his child?
For doing the best he can.
Fuck that.
Nah, but imagine that. Imagine that's legitimately the best he can.
But if it is legitimately the best he can, that's all he required to do, because guess what? He ain't like he brung one bag of food for two of his kids, and then he brought one bag of food for one of his kids. He literally did what he was literally supposed to do at the best rate. If his kid called him, or if she called him, or whatever the fuck, however that went down, they called him for some food and he delivered food and he brought food, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. All that outside, you feel me, miscellaneous shit, all that shit that she want to please her, yeah, like.
I think about that shit from the perspective of my old boy, like.
I respect it, cause
like, bro, you probably left work. Told them niggas, y'all be right back. My son called me saying they hungry. I need to bring something to him real quick.
Anytime. Nigga got plenty of examples of both sides though. I got plenty niggas done. I know everybody done had plenty of examples where they mama or they daddy done told them eat their food in the car, because you might because you don't know why your people telling you eat the food in the car. But sometimes it's not no malicious shit. Sometimes your people done bought food for you and they ain't realize they was going somewhere with those other kids. So now it's like, yo, eat your food away from all the other kids, like, so we don't want to look crazy. Then you got other times where it's like your parents be like, yeah, I'm not buying you food because I don't have that money for everybody, or I'm not buying this because I'm not buying this for everybody. Simply, I'm not buying for everybody. We could get that later or tomorrow when we buy ourselves, type of shit. But sometimes it just go like that. Then if you're not communicating, that's like to say one of your kids or your kid let's just say one of your kids at a friend's house, so she's not there. They not there with they other siblings, so they there by themselves. Oh Lord, they just call you and say, hey, I'm hungry. For one, you already wondering why you ain't getting fed where you at. Then two, after you get past that, you like, fuck it, I'm just gonna bring some food for you. So now on the side, you already being kind of hot because you got to get up and bring some food to where you feel like they probably should have been fed. Depending on how your mindset is, you probably don't even want them eating from somebody, but whatever. You gotta get up and do that. Then you get there and the person like, oh, why you ain't bringing food for all the kids here? For one, I ain't know it was a bunch of kids here. For two, why did my child have to call me and say they was hungry when they here with you? Why they ain't eating here? Why all the kids ain't eating here? Why I had to come here? You feel me? And three, who the fuck are all these other kids for me to be feeding them?
That's like really the bottom line to that shit though.
The worst of the situation is, just to make it a little bit dark, and I hate to go there, but it's like, what if she got 3 other baby daddies? And like that, what she got 3 other baby daddies, and let's just say 1 or 2 of them niggas ignorant, so to speak. So he sees this video and feel like he just.
So what? You can't feed my jit.
You feel me? You saying fuck my kids?
Can't take care of my jit, nigga. I done brought shit over there for your jit, my nigga.
Not even if he did. It's a nigga just feel like, yo. Oh, you saying fuck my kid? But you can't feed my jit, so you too good to feed my child? And now niggas have an ignorant beef because you wanted to expose somebody. Now you got 2 kids who daddies going at it. Because you wanted to go viral. Because you wanted to expose a nigga for taking care of his kids. Dog. Bro, God forbid had a nigga would have did some shit like that to a woman in a month of Mother's Day. Let alone a week after Mother's Day. Man, listen here. Shit would have been ugly, dog. Shit would have been hideous for whatever man would have did some shit like that to a woman. And you know what? Hold on. Because if a man would have pulled his phone and talk about she ain't bringing no food for my other 4 kids that I got with 3 or 4 other women, man, dog, they would have killed, man. Granted, they let her have it too. It's 2 sides. Everybody feel the way about something. Right. But if it would have been the other way around, everybody would have been looking at him like he was crazy. It wouldn't have been no debate. We probably wouldn't have been talking about this shit right now. We probably would have been like, this nigga's a clown. Even us would have probably been like, this nigga done lost his mind.
There's so many different ways this thing could have went for the positive and just got so pushed left.
You can tell it's a lack of communication because you pull your phone out to go viral instead of calling a nigga and saying, yo, I know you coming and I know how you coming. So before you come how you coming, let's switch it up and can you do this? Can you make an exception and make this happen right here? Because now you want to say, oh, you know I'm getting my stamps on this down here. You could have called him and said, hey.
Now what's crazy is what happened if you got a habit of not feeding the jits and now it's always on some you got stamps. You feel me? So like it's those things, dog.
I'm waiting for one of the other old boys to come and say, man, she do that shit to me all the time too. But one of them daddies probably bring food for all them jits though. He probably getting that shit done from somebody. It feel like, you know how they just shift this shit and feel like everybody should do this because this one person. She might have got this type of treatment from somebody else. She might not have a bunch of deadbeat baby daddies and shit.
Somebody came across the zoo.
You feel me? Somebody.
Like, man, no, I'm gonna bring a plate. Y'all be alright. You know, bust that shit down.
She came out. Somebody who was just raised right at the end of the day. I mean, I'm all for saying, hey.
But most people getting
for the price of the Happy Meal or whatever he bought, they could have went and bought a Little Caesar pizza. But that's to say that he knew.
That's if they got Little Caesars around that.
They could have. I mean, it's something down there. He could have grabbed the other bit. That would have sufficed a little bit, just a little bit for the amount that he paid. But
we don't know.
Do he know that shit? Did she call him and ask him? You feel me? Like she just waited for him to pull up like that. Like I know she ain't called because she was like, well, I called him and asked him to do this, and he don't want to do that. Then it's like, okay, damn, bro, you could have. But yeah, man, whatever, man.
So with that being said, you know, this is the final question for the night. We're gonna close this one out for y'all, but I just want to talk about it real quick. I got to a little back and forth with a homie of mine, and she was like, in her opinion, the word simp was created by little boys who felt challenged by a man who still knew the value and effort and courting and
romancing
and stuff like that. It's all you young immature niggas who came up with this word called simping, right? And she said, "Y'all some little ass boys, like y'all too young for me. I can't fuck with y'all." Nah, I seen it, and I was like, if I could be honest with you, it wasn't really guys who came up with that term. It was girls who probably came up with that term, and guys agreed with it. When girls started behaving as if they didn't need, guys to do certain things. Like bring flowers on dates. When girls like, oh, I don't want flowers because they die fast. You might come across those type of girls. You feel me? You might come across a girl who realizes that, you do this shit too much. It's not that cool anymore. Or maybe I had another boyfriend that did so much it's not cool anymore. But or maybe I just don't like flowers. I don't like all the chivalry shit.
You got them chicks that think bringing flowers and shit mean the nigga guilty.
You feel me? You got girls out there, women out there who feel as though, I don't need you to hold my door open for me. You got girls out there that's like, what do you mean I have to wait in the car before I get out? Like, I can get out on my own. I don't need your help. Right? So, in those emotions, when that's expressed, and a nigga is super nice and trying to still do the 1920s way of, hello, madam, how's your name? So shit like that. He's liable to get told, I ain't gonna lie though, you too nice for me. Or you're too much of a simp. I can't trust that you really crank up when it's time to crank up. You look like a, I don't want to say a wimp.
You like this all the time.
You feel me? I don't want to say a wimp, but a simp. I asked you to do X, Y, Z. You got it all done for me. You ain't set no boundaries, my nigga. You not a real man. You a simp. But at the same time, that nigga probably not a simp. He's just courting you. He's doing what's within his powers. He hasn't over-exacerbated himself.
I think that word, that action, then is a lost art as far as courting go.
But whether it be courting, whether it be just being a nice guy, being a good friend, being a whatever, to call a nigga a simp because what he was willing to tell her exactly how he feels about her, the nigga who's actually, tapped with his emotions and figure, hey, maybe I can swoop in this way with it. You feel me? Like, you have a lot of shorties who shut that down and be like, yo, women don't like that shit. You gotta be like this and you gotta be like that and you gotta
So your argument was that the term came from women?
Yeah, I really do believe that though. Like in the process of killing chivalry and kind of shutting down the nice guy for all the extra buzzer shit in a sense. You feel me? Saying that this type of nigga is corny, but this type of nigga is cool. So how you leave this type of nigga for the corny nigga? Shit like that. It's like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Man.
Everything is in the simp thing, but don't turn around and say
simp sound like a hating nigga word. Sound like a nigga was hating.
Huh?
I say simp sound like a nigga was hating on a nigga who was taking a different approach aside from the disrespect and the talking to the women and the way you talk to a woman. It was switched up. And that shit started working. I feel like that shit came from a hating ass nigga, bro. I'm sorry. I don't know though. I really don't fucking know, but I feel like that shit came from a nigga that was hating.
No, it's hating that nigga was a simp and he got a girl anyway.
Because that probably was that transition.
What he did was so simple, so that's why they call him a simp. Fuck out of here.
Oh no! Now you probably just came up with some shit.
All he did was walk away with a flower and told her how pretty her eyes looked in the starlight, and then boom, he walked away with a dog over here flexing like I got this and shorty picking no tits.
This is the transition from I guess well, I don't know when the fucking word was created, so I can't even get into it. Ain't even worry about it. You feel me? How about this probably
so if it was niggas that did it, what you call that shit?
Dirty Mac.
You dirty Mac. Why you gotta put a title on how a nigga try to make diamonds?
Because if what I was gonna say, if it started from when I think it started, right when the pimping phase was starting to die out, and niggas was starting to do different shit. Niggas want slapping women and calling them bitches, and niggas actually taking them on dates, open the doors for the motherfuckers and all type of shit. Niggas was like, hey, oh nigga, that ain't how we do that, nigga. We had to come up with a different word for you. And I probably the S word or the S added to that probably came from a whole different term.
You ain't no pimp, you're a simp. You're a sucker pimp.
Nah, that too could be. They was using sucker back then. You never fucking know.
You're a sucker pimp. You're a sloppy sucker pimp.
No, it could be another derogatory phrase that I ain't gonna use. But yeah, don't say it, nigga. We trying to make money.
Hey.
We trying to make money, nigga.
But nah, I'm listening to her argument, and I'm like, I hear you, and then you know how I argue, dog. I'm gonna argue by shit that you say, so you throwing out names.
Semantics. Somewhat.
Don't even know who's the argument, but I'm trying to explain to her like the notion of what MOB stood for, because in her opinion is like, you calling niggas a simp. Who says, like, since when was it lame to love your girl? Since when was it lame to want to be with your girl, often and shit like that?
Pimpin' died.
Alright. So, with that said, she's like everybody want to be like Future.
That goes out though, honestly.
And I said, I hear you, but nah, because that notion of putting your business before women,
right,
has always been in effect. But if you do want to point a finger, MOB has been a thing for a minute. Money over bitches. Mm-hmm. But you also have to understand what MOB really stood for. It was money over bitches, not money over all females. Yeah, so I'm like, you gotta understand the difference between the two. You feel me? So it's not a notion of don't love no girl or since when, No, it's not that. It's not that.
They take everything. They take everything literal. You feel me?
But even when I try to explain to her that, dog, if you haven't experienced it or seen it yourself, then you don't know. But when you try to pull a chair out for a chick and she's like, yo, what you doing? I ain't asked you to do that. When you're trying to set the date and it's like, yo, you so inconsiderate. You didn't even ask me what I'm doing on that date. I mean, like, how you know that? Because I thought it was romantic if I just hit you up spontaneously and say, hey, Friday night we got dinner at 8:30. Wear something nice.
Some chicks just don't like that shit. Some chicks don't like that shit. And most chicks that ain't from the South hate that shit. Hate that shit. And on top of that, what you were saying about Future, that's another thing. And this is why I feel like it probably came from niggas. And I'm not even gonna say it was hating niggas no more. It probably came from niggas like Future who granted, you feel me, he a rapper, he a celebrity, he a star, you feel me, women want him anyway. But you get those niggas that basically the tricking niggas, basically. Mm-hmm. The niggas who's buying gifts in hopes in return of getting some attention or getting this or getting that. Like, that's more of some simp tricking shit. Like a pimp or a nigga who wouldn't be necessarily called a simp is a nigga who would basically get a chick off of his words, his energy, his game, so to speak. Then you get them simp niggas who doing all that extra shit in hopes of, you feel me? It might not be gifts, it could be any fucking day. Nigga just being extra nice because he's just hoping. You feel me? Nigga, you know that ain't true. Or, you feel me? Whatever. But I feel like that's probably where that shit came from.
But I think I ain't gonna lie. My position on it is that to downplay whatever a nigga do, how you do it. It's like, I understand there's some things where you,
right.
if you, for anything that you do, if you gotta overexert yourself, You feel me? Then you mutton it.
Not anything. Some things take some overexertion, if that's a word. But you're right though. Certain things, especially like when it comes to having somebody or keeping somebody, when it like that, when you know they ain't even interested, then yeah.
But I don't believe. Okay, so simping. If I was to give that shit a definition, which I don't really want to, it would be like giving relationship vibes to some shit that's not a relationship. You feel me? Like you chasing this chick, but you trying to do a whole bunch of shit that people in relationships do versus just following the vibe. You get what I'm saying? Because that's most of the advice that people try to convey, but they bash it and create titles and words and shit that like really make what you're doing sound wrong, which you aren't wrong. You create a monster when you tell a nice nigga that he's a simp. Because now he goes look for a nigga who's not a simp, and then you'll get your, oh, you trying to be like Future, that's why you move how you move. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga was nice. The nigga was that courteous nigga. He wasn't nigga always trying to go on dates or trying to, do the most. But then when you chat on it, he cleaned himself up and said, yeah, I'm not doing that shit no more.
I don't know, man. Get it, man. I don't know, man. Get it how you live, man. Do what you feel is needed to get what you need to get, man.
No, wait. Be true to yourself and be you, man.
Hey, at these days,
be true to yourself and be you, man.
These days, the niggas say they being true to themselves and do some shit, and then tomorrow do some whole other shit that contradicts what they did yesterday and say they. So these days you don't know what the fuck.
Alright, my bad.
So sometimes, hey,
anybody that's really catch
in the lines of being a respectful person, in the lines of being a fair person, do what you gotta do to get what you gotta get, man. Don't hurt nobody. That type of shit. We don't need none of that. You feel me?
Hey, don't let nobody words stop you from moving in the right direction. You feel me? If you're being nice, be nice. Don't let nobody turn around and tell you that you're too nice. And no crazy shit like that. Don't be a doormat, but don't let nobody try to get you to be, I mean, that shit not, hey, man, be nice, man. We need more nice people in the world, man. You're a cool nigga, then you're a cool nigga. Learn your boundaries, set your boundaries, understand how far you gonna go. And if you're capable of buying how rolling, then go ahead and buy a rolling, nigga. That's what you're capable of doing. That's what you like to do it.
That too, if you're capable.
Do it with the kindness in your heart at that.
That was a good, that was a big part of that. If you're capable. But, yeah, man. Closing quotes, man.
Closing quotes, man. Real isn't who's with you at your celebration. Real is who's standing next to you at rock bottom. Say it again. Real is it who's with you at your celebration. But real is who's with you at rock bottom.
That part right there.
Alright. Everybody go through things. Everybody don't go through things together.
Just know who you got next to you, man.
Know who you got in your corner.
And with that being said, do what you say you're gonna do, be who you say you're gonna be, chase money, keep positive vibes, and if you gotta get high to get by, then get by getting high. And remember, it's just conversation. And shout out to the people that got to smoke joint before they leave, or roll another joint to smoke while they on the way. Y'all be safe.